little too hot, that light. Let me get my headphones turned on so I can hear myself think. All right. Well, it's not letting me hear myself think. What's going on? Hello. Did my headphones die? Maybe they did. I've only been using them for 35 years. and you can probably tell. So why are my headphones not working? That's kind of a pain in the butt. Hey, gang. Hey, Stingray. Jabs, what's up? I'm just checking out my headphones here. Hang on a sec. And those were the good ones. I don't think these are working either. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Oh, I know why. Sometimes there's just no substitute for paying attention. The headphone jack is over here. There we go. Hey, gang, what's up? It is only me. Don't get excited. And I'm not. Chewy wanted to wear the. I don't know if you can tell or not. Chewy wanted to wear the. Chewy wanted to wear the good hat tonight. I got stuck with the second one. So, Stingray, Cowboy Jabs, 6 people right at the start. I like it. And 4 have hammered that like button. Thank you very much. It is I, Rocket Man. And this is the world according to Rocket. I got a kind of a big announcement to make here a little bit later once we get some more folks in here. So let's hear it. Danny Pritchard, how you doing, pal? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. I'm assuming that you all watched the Polynesian Bowl last night, right? Give me a heads up on it if you did or if you didn't. And if you didn't, shame on you. All right. I couldn't keep up with. Oh, look at that. We got 7 likes and only got 5 people. How'd that happen? Cowboy Jabs, you missed it. Hey, Simply Tommy, thank you for coming. Stingray didn't get a chance to. All right. Well, you know what? I had stuff to do today that I had to take care of, which is why I didn't get up a video that I wanted to get up, which was a recap of last night's game, and I will get that up tomorrow. It might be old information because everybody that's doing a Tennessee channel will probably have that up, but I will get it up tomorrow as well so that I can give you my take on it. So, and I must admit that I didn't watch the whole thing, and now I found out later this afternoon or earlier this afternoon that Nico was the MVP. Did I get that right, or were people just saying he played in an MVP fashion? I'm not sure. Somebody, Danny Pritchard, Nico was MVP. Was he the official MVP of the Polynesian Bowl? Was that the story? Let me know. Here, I want to hear your assessment of it, of his play. If you watched it, okay, thanks, Danny. So I had a couple of reports of that. Nico was MVP. I didn't watch the whole game because seeing as how he was out. Hi, Robert Duncan. Thank you for coming. Because he was out after, he played the whole first half, so I didn't figure that he would be playing anymore in the game, and then I understood he played most of the fourth quarter, and I'm going, you dumbass. Cool. Simply Tommy. All right. Well, I'll go grab the highlights of all that. I intended to do that today, but something came up. Life got in the way and wasn't able to do that. But I will do it tomorrow. That'll be your little Sunday treat for me. I'll get up. I'll put it together tonight and get it up in the morning so you can kind of see um the big plays and whatever. He played well. He actually he actually I think he was 13 for 20, 65%, right? He did have an interception, but I will say this. That interception was just strictly into the wind, and it was just a more than a bad pass, it was a bad decision to make that pass into the wind because it was from one side of the field to the other. But anyway, the point is this dude, like every pass he threw in the first half almost, he connected with, right? I was very impressed with this assessment of Nico Iamaleava. Accuracy. Man, that dude is accurate, right? He was accurate with the ball. And one thing that I saw and noticed just from the get go, when he would throw the ball, that ball would be just out in front of the receiver so the receiver could go grab it and continue forward. I was impressed with that, and it just wasn't on one pass. It was on every pass was like that, right? Um Yeah, Michael Garcia, dude. Thank you for the numbers there. Appreciate it. Iamaleava, yeah. Iamaleava was named offensive MVP of the game after throwing 13 for 20, 186 yards, an interception, and a 34-yard touchdown pass to USC receiver Zachariah Branch. Yeah, that guy was good. Yeah, it was. Wilson. Hi, Wilson. Thank you for being here. Nico wasn't talking about, he was being about it. You're right. He was. That's a good way to put it. I like that. Good job. Y I was impressed. I was impressed with the guy. Now, what I wasn't impressed with was the Polynesian Bowl. Really? This thing wasn't a bowl. This was a scrimmage. This was a high school scrimmage with a lot of real good players. I mean, first of all, the venue, my God, really? The venue was, I mean, it was like a junior high stadium. I have seen stadiums in Texas and Oklahoma for junior high schools, and I'm not even exaggerating. For junior high schools that were more impressive. And there was nothing to block the wind. It's a bowl, right? One of the reasons you have a bowl is that everybody there can see and look down on the thing, and it blocks the wind off the field. And it was like gale force winds in the first half. So, and there were like 15 people there watching. God love them. I don't know. Now, it's not them. It was me. It was my expectation that I had. Oh, we're going to watch the Polynesian Bowl. Come on, man. Come on over and bring your friends. We're going to watch the Polynesian. It's a freaking scrimmage, man. I was just laughing. Again, not on them, on me, because expectation got me in the tatas. Look who decided to join us. La Baguette. Hey, Bags. Hola, senores and senoritas. Oh, you're such a continental suave, Rico suave. That's what you are. Johnny Thompson. Hey, Rocket, just saw the Vols land. Blast LSU. Go Vols. Did they play LSU basketball? I'm so bad about that. I'm out of my environment. Okay, I'm still traveling from the Christmas holidays. And technically, I'm in the process of moving from one place to another place back in Nashville, and I'm just not ready to deal with that right this minute, right? So, um, that's the situation. I'm not quite aware of everything because I'm not in my own space, and I'm trying to get all this done. And we got 21 people. Thank you so much. If you haven't hammered that like button for me, do it, do it, do it. Come on, do it. If you haven't subscribed, do that too. Come on, man. I don't know. So are we all in agreement since we got a whole bunch of new people here? We all in agreement. We were pretty impressed with Nico. And if you weren't, tell me why. If you were, tell me why. Here's why I was impressed with him. Number one, I mean, it really was a scrimmage. I mean, do you know what I mean? You couldn't sack people. There were no on the kickoffs and the punts. I don't even know why they bothered to do that because people just kind of stood around while they kicked them. What? I mean, I understand you don't want them to get hurt, but okay, I get that. But just, I mean, on a kickoff, they kick it off. And you got all the people lined up out there like they're going to play football, but they don't really play football. They just catch it and then they put it on the 25-yard line. Why not just put it on the 25-yard line and call it what it is, a scrimmage? It's not a bowl game. I don't know how to tell you that, but holy crackers. Come on, man. Robert Duncan. Yeah, where they played it shocked me. Wasn't expecting that. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate the support. I was almost embarrassed for them, right? Because there was nothing bullish about it. It was just a scrimmage. I would have still watched if you'd have called it a scrimmage. But I felt a little cheated because you called it a bowl. It ain't no bowl. But good to see our fellow. Nico Iamaleava. Take two. Nico Iamaleava. There we go. I got it. I got his name down. Just sometimes I can't say it. Worth the crap. But tomorrow, what I'll have for you by noon tomorrow, I'll go gather up all the bits so you can see Nico play and throw the ball. I was just so amazed that this kid has such accuracy. He has such throwing intelligence. Pow. He just spins it perfectly, and it's always right there, it seems, right there in front, right? So it's good, man. It's good. He's going to be. Who left me? Was it Stingray? Was that you that left me the note today in the comments about now we have 2 MVPs? I see what you did there. You're right. So, yeah, Stingray, thank you for that. That was clever and 100% accurate. Now, here's what I was most impressed with. In that first quarter, he completed like his first 8 or 9 passes, right? And I just pew, just pew, just pew. They moved right on down the field, and then on the 8th or the 9th when he completed that one as well, except the guy that caught it had a different colored jersey. So, but like I say, the wind was a huge factor, particularly in the first half. And then they got the ball immediately and went down and scored because they were going with the wind and had no problems whatsoever. And then when Nico got around, he just zoomed right down there and tied the game again with a touchdown. But let me tell you what I was impressed with. Not only was I impressed with the touch that he had on the football, Dude can run, and when he drops back there and oop, and things aren't quite right, he moves. He will go. Now he's going to get out of the pocket to see if he can find something, but he ain't really looking hard. He wants to go. And now, did anybody have the idea? I had the idea that he's put on about 10 pounds already over the holidays and being up there working out. He just looks he doesn't look like that skinny little kid that we saw in the high school preview tapes. Did anybody notice that last night? He looked like he was ah. That guy gets another 10 or 15 pounds on him. He's another Joe Milton, right? So I was very impressed with that. But when he ran, um, wow, he pulled that ball down and ran about 60 yards. And I don't know, almost scored a touchdown on that, got to the 7 or 8 or something. I was impressed with that run. That run got me all excited. Joe Bird, Nico only played the 4th quarter. Joe Bird, I don't understand that. Nico played the entire first half, and then I understand he played a lot of the 4th quarter. I didn't see the 4th quarter. I thought he was done, right? And I had about up to here with the Polynesian Bowl. Um, so I didn't expect him to come back in because they had 2 or 3 more quarterbacks to play, and I figured they would play him. And I tell you, what was on a sad note, Mark Richt looked, how do I delicately say this? I th I think he has Parkinson's. Is that correct? Um, and he looked very unhealthy, very unstable, and I just felt bad for him. Um, I'm very sorry to see him in that situation. If you haven't hammered that like button for me, hammer it. I'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate that too. Anybody know anything about Mark Richt? Kind of. Yeah, Joe. No problem. No worries. We're all buddies here, right? He played the entire first half, every down, right? And that's when I kind of bailed. After I started seeing all the guys' booties, the toots and the thongs. Okay, so I'm watching it with my family, right? My sister, my sister is going nuts because of the halftime show, right? With all the dudes dressed in the little, dressed in the little, what is that, a sarong or something? And the wind would blow. It's like a little, a little flowery bathrobe from the waist down on the front and on the back, and you can see their legs. And when the wind blows, and it was blowing gale force, all they had on was like a G string, right? Where their entire buttocks was showing. My sister couldn't believe what she was seeing. She said, "That's high school people out there." It was funny. Um, but I mean, there were like tons of these guys out there and their butts hanging out. Okay. So I was not offended. I'm a man of the world. I've seen butts, male and female. Uh, so, so I had to calm my sister down. She wanted to turn it off. She did, and I said, "You can't turn it off. We gotta wait till the girls come on." And then, sure enough, the girls came on. Guess what they had on? Coconut bras. Yeah. Oh, she was just beside herself. She just couldn't believe it. These are high school people. And I said, "Okay, look, here's the deal. You may be offended by that, but they're not. They see it every day. They probably go to school like that." Oh, it was amazing. But anyway, um, because of that and because, I thought, um I thought that Nico probably wouldn't be playing anymore, that I would would just pass and come on up and work on something up here. So, that's what I did. But I missed Nico in the 4th quarter. What the hell? Come on, man. Anyway, La Baguette, you're awful quiet for a sick chicken. What is going on with you, sir? Are you still upset that I didn't mention you in the on the video a few weeks back about the only people that could beat Georgia would be Tennessee next year, and you got La Baguette got his panties all in a wad because I didn't offer the possibility that the sick chickens could beat Georgia next season, and they quite possibly could. I don't think they can or could down in Georgia. I mean, you get them up there in South Carolina, up in there in that stadium, they got some mean mojo up in there. I saw that. Uh, who do we Joe Bird, who do we get as a 3rd quarterback? We have not yet got anybody new, to my knowledge. They are talking about this 24 kid, um, what's his name? Jaden Davis and the Cotter kid. But those are 24 people. Cutter Bowley is the other guy. And the other news is Adonai Mitchell, the 6'7" wide receiver that Jeremy Pruitt, in all his wisdom, turned down from Tennessee for whatever reason remains unknown to me. I'd like to know the reason for that. And he ended up hurt a lot at Georgia, and he got into the transfer portal, and we were thinking that he was gonna come here, or I was thinking it would be the natural thing, but my man Nugs, he knew it. He was all on top of it. He knew that he was going to Texas, and he did go to Texas. So that was announced today, I think. Robert Duncan. Robert Duncan says, I have heard from 2 reliable sources that the Vols will win all of their games this season. Very hopeful. Mr. Duncan, please never consider me a reliable source. I am at best. Hey, we got 20 folks in here and we have 19 likes. What the beep? Hammer that like button for me. Come on. Simply Tommy. I hope so, Robert. That would be awesome. Robert is blocked on my end. Why is Robert blocked on your end? I blocked no one. Let's see here. What else we have? Yep. All right. So sneaky fast, Nico. All right. Uh, I don't know if anybody was around and saw that 70, 60-yard run. I mean, first of all, he's like 9 foot tall, right? And second of all, he has legs 12 foot tall. And then third of all, you know how somebody has that, like, Usain Bolt or Insane Bolt, I like to call him, how they have such a wingspan on their legs, right, that they don't look like they're moving them fast, but they cover such an immense piece of earth when they're running. They really go fast, and that's what Mister Iamaleava is like. Hey, we got 21 and 21. Thank you all for coming tonight. By the way, it's Danny Pritchard. It's in Neyland this year. The Georgia game. Yes, it is. It is in Neyland. Um. Okay. Boom. So we got some. Let's see. Robert blocked on my end. Joe. Oh, Joe, you blocked Robert. I see. Okay. Well, I guess it's America. It's America. You can block anybody you want. I imagine. So, so here's something that I'm gonna make an announcement here about this for a minute or two, and just bear with me. So, I've always been a media guy, right? I started out as an actor. I spent 15 years in New York and Los Angeles on television. All right, and doing various on other sundry things, photography. Um, I taught stunts for a while back in my youth. And then I got into broadcasting. I did a morning radio show for a long time. And then after that, I kind of retired. I got on the internet a little bit, semi retired, and got on the internet a little bit and yada, yada, yada. And then about a year ago, had a had to have open heart surgery and triple bypass and all of that. So while I was in surgery, or while I was recovering from surgery, it occurred to me that I started this YouTube channel, 7 or 8 years ago, literally. I think 2012. When you look on my bio, that's 10 years ago. Sometimes in some cultures, 2012, 22, 10 years. But I just never got the hang of it, and whatever. But during my recovery, Wilson says my stage name was Buck Nick, and you're not far from wrong, brother. So, so during the recovery, it just like a mushroom cloud exploded, and I suddenly knew how to do a YouTube channel and knew what I wanted to do with a YouTube channel. So, um, I have had this media company, which really started back in Arizona before I moved to Nashville. I had a big ass studio and I did a lot of photography and a lot of video commercials and that type of work. Then I moved to Nashville and kind of slimmed down the operation a little bit. And it used to be called Rocket Studios. And then when I got to Nashville, it became Nash Rocket Media. That's where Nash Rocket came from. So, one of the things that I decided that I was going to do with this channel was continue the Nash Rocket Media theme. That way I could include a lot of different subject matter, right? So when I got cleared to go back to work, the football thing had started already. And, when you're starting a YouTube empire like I am, you start with something that you know. And I know Tennessee football, all right, from this tall, a wee fellow. Probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, so I just decided, okay, that's what I'm going to do. It's Nash Rocket Media. When I got off terrestrial radio, many years ago, back in 1999, I started a company called Radioplex.com. It was the first radio station online back when Al Gore created the internet. Remember? Remember when he did that? Yeah. Well, I had a thing. I had and we did this online. Problem is, we only had 9 listeners. It has grown like crazy, obviously, since what is that? 99, a lot of years, 30 years, 25 years, whatever. So I'm saying all that to prep you for the fact starting next week, I am going to start introducing some things that are of huge interest to me. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm going to do the Tennessee show, right? This show is going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? Um, Radioplex took my money. Radioplex took my money. I don't know. I don't recall taking any money, as it turned out. So, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to do media things like things that are trending, things that are popular, that sort of thing. And I want to tell you in advance about it. Hopefully, you'll give it a chance because I don't want to go build another channel. I like this channel. This is the Nash Rocket Media channel where we talk about things. One of the main things we talk about is Tennessee football. But next week, starting, I'm going to introduce our first media show, and I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing it on. I'm going to be doing it on Alec Baldwin shooting and killing the director of that movie, Rust, and the cinematographer shooting. He survived. And I'm going to be talking, that's going to be the first show that we do about that. I'll have a lawyer on. We'll talk about it, the ramifications. If you don't know, Wilson, Tennessee football and hookers. That's kind of a double entendre, isn't it? That's good. And I just wanted to kind of introduce it to you so that you won't be completely surprised. I hope it doesn't run you off. I hope it doesn't run Tennessee people off. And in the end, if it does end up running Tennessee people off, I will just go take it to another channel because I don't want to run my Tennessee people off. We're almost at 2,100 subscribers, right? But now you said, well, Rocket, why would you talk about Alec Baldwin shooting somebody on a movie and killing them? Well, first of all, if you don't know the story, a year or so ago, year and a half ago, year or so, he was producing a movie out in New Mexico, a Western, and he literally shot and killed the director of the movie. Okay. Certainly not funny, and I don't intend for it to be funny, but it happened. And now I don't care for Alec Baldwin. I met the man, never worked with him, met him on occasions, and he's as big a jerk as you would ever want to meet. All right. And what was just absolutely asinine to me is that here he is with a handgun and he points it at somebody, pulls the trigger, and shoots them dead. And he goes on national television and talk about how it's somebody else's fault. And I am uniquely qualified to talk about this very thing because I have done the same thing, the exact same thing on television, except I didn't kill somebody, right? Um, and I just I just shake with anger that this boop, 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 would say something like that. Now, you may know or may not, 2 days ago, there has been an indictment. He has been indicted for involuntary manslaughter, along with the armorer who is responsible for the safety of that gun on that set. They've both been indicted, involuntary manslaughter. And so next week, I'm going to do a show about that. I'm going to have a couple guests on. We're going to talk about it. And I hope you'll give it a chance. Find it interesting and hang with me and not be offended because I'm not talking about Tennessee football the whole time. Robert Duncan, Stingray, sounds great. Joe Bird and cocaine. Stingray sounds great. Rocket, Robert Duncan. It won't run Tennessee Vols off. We will be with you. Looking forward to it. Robert, that's a nice thing to say. Thank you. Cowboy Jabs, you could have a topic Thursday. I like that. That's excellent. Rocket Man, go Vols. Johnny Cole, I'm late again, but I made it. Pull yourself up a chair and grab a drink. So I just wanted you to know that. And you say, well, why are you think you're uniquely qualified? Well, back in the 80s, I was an actor. I spent a lot of time on television, mostly on the soap operas, interestingly enough. And while I was on Guiding Light, my character for a long time was shooting at people in the studio with a live gun with blanks in the gun, blank loads in the gun. So I have experience with this. And not only do I have experience with it, I'm going to show you what I was doing it. And I never killed anybody. Do you know why? Because I had held guns before, and the first thing you do when somebody gives you a gun, you make sure they took the ammo out of it. That's the first thing. Nobody should hand you a loaded gun on a set of a movie. Why? You might kill somebody with it. Johnny Cole. Ever since my surgery, I've been shooting blanks. Johnny Cole. That's funny as that's good, man. So anyway, so I've been looking for an opportunity now to Michael Ward, me too. That's funny as hell, man. I didn't see that one coming. You can't be funnier than me. It's un-American. So I've been looking for an opportunity to introduce the Nash Rocket Media so it comes into its full bloom. Okay. Talk about Tennessee Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And when I say talk about it, I'm talking about videos, right? We're still going to continue to do videos. And then we're going to do videos or live talk about, it's going to be more of a morning radio show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? Topic Tuesday. I like that. So I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up on that. So that'll probably be next Tuesday, I'm thinking. but we shall see. So, and if I get good response to it, yay. If I don't, then I'll reconsider and try to readjust. I just don't want to start over on a new channel right now because it will impact what I have the energy to on this channel that I put in on this channel. Wilson, I don't know whether to be insulted or not. Wilson said, Rocket's about 3 beers and a pain pill from being full bloom, I'm pretty sure. That's good. That's really good. No, I don't drink while I'm driving, and I'm driving this bus right now best I can. So, that's too funny. Joe Bird, I spit up 2 weeks of chitlins. Mhm. Okay. So, Stingray, my grandmother loved watching her soaps, her stories. That's what they call them. Grandmas call them stories. I gotta watch my story. You gotta leave. Yeah, y'all behave now. Y'all kids going outside. I gotta watch my story. By show of hands, whoever heard that phrase in the house when they were growing up. But anyway, in all seriousness, that's going to be happening in the future. We're going to move forward, and I'm going to follow that story quite closely because it's a big story to me. Because I've actually been in that situation, and there's a way to be in that situation, and there's a way not to be in that situation, and accidents can happen. I get it. But you can't have an accident like that. You can't be foolish enough to have an accident like that and then be foolish enough to blame it on somebody else. You just have to shut the F up and take your responsibility for it. And it just really incensed me. And I think you have to talk when you do what I do. You have to be passionate about what you talk about and what you share. I think that's why this channel has done well, in the short time it's been on, is because I'm very passionate about Tennessee football, right? I don't know everything I need to know about Tennessee football, but I sure am passionate about it, and I sure know how to go find out what I don't know about, right? I'm still laughing at Rockets about 3 beers and a pain pill from being full bloom. That sounds like a T-shirt. Oh man, Bill Gower, thanks for coming, Bill. 2 MVPs on a Rocky Top sounds nice. GBO, it sounds nice. It is nice. It's cool. Yes, sir. Johnny Cole, God made us all brothers and sisters. Prozac, Lexus, get along. Stingray, yep. Michael Ward, or their Westerns. Don't understand that one. Danny Pritchard, thanks for the warning. Michael Ward, when it's all said and done, someone is in charge, and that's the person who's in deep doo-doo. Yeah. Well, I don't know how many of you are gun toters. Doesn't matter. I happen to own firearms. And I've always been of the opinion if a firearm is in your hand, you need to check and see if it's loaded. I mean, it just gets down to that, right? Just gets down to that. So I'm going to be talking about that next week, just so you know. And I will find other things that I think would be interesting in a way. Like, I did this for a long time on morning radio, and I had to get up at 3:00 every morning and say, okay, I've got 3 hours to figure out what I'm going to talk about today, and I need to feel pretty excited about it. Right? Or I'm not going to have a show that people are going to listen to while they're driving to work. So I have experience doing that, and that's where we start. We start with Alec Baldwin and his maniacal, narcissistic insistence that he had nothing to do with it. I mean, other than pull the trigger and point it. If you overlook those two things, he's right. All right. I've said about enough that I'm going to say, but I'm going to follow that, and I look forward to following that because it's in motion now. Okay. Wilson said, "You don't know everything about Tennessee football. A few years ago, you would have had the resume to be the head coach." Wilson, dude, I need to get you on the staff. I need to get you writing. You funny. You funny. That's funny, man. All right. We're 46 minutes and 12 seconds into this thing. 23 likes. And now we had 23 people a minute ago, and now it's only 13 because I started talking about something other than Tennessee football. See? That's what's going to happen. But I'm not going to let it deter me. I know that there's a core group here that will tune in and watch and not be offended by the fact that I'm not talking about, Tennessee on every video, every live, whatever. So anyway, I love you all. Joe Bird, screw Hollywood. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you, brother. And I was a part of that mess for 11 years. So, but no more. All right. I got to go. I got to eat. I'm hungry. Let's see what else. Okay, I'm good. All right. Thank you. Anybody else got anything I need to know before I go? Danny Pritchard, I got a house full of guns. Well, I wasn't trying to arm the channel here. I was just trying to say common sense. Always check your gun. Always take the magazine out and always check the chamber, right? That's right. All right. I won't eat too much, Bill Gower. Thank you so much. Eric B. Jones, what's up, Rocket? Thank you. I'm on my way out the door. Eric, thank you. I'll put up a post Polynesian Bowl review tomorrow by noon, and y'all have a look at that, okay? All right. Thank you so much. Take care. Go Big Orange.